Here is a psychological fact that you are not ready for. If you have ever felt your heart tighten and your thoughts spiral the instant you notice a message left unread, or a reply that feels just a little too short, then this story is about to reach straight into your soul and show you why your relationships leave you feeling so utterly drained. Psychologists call this anxious attachment, and when you truly understand it, everything starts to make sense. Your love life, your sense of peace, your daily energy, and even the way you show up for yourself are all shaped by this one powerful pattern that began long before you ever met the people you care about most. But here is where everything becomes even worse. Most women stop at the surface and keep pushing through the exhaustion, never realizing that the very way they are trying to hold on to love is the thing quietly pulling their life force away. The hard psychological truth is that while you pour every ounce of your emotional energy into making sure the connection stays secure, this pattern is exhausting you from the inside out. It turns ordinary days into silent battles of worry and leaves you feeling burnt out before the sun even sets. Not because you are lazy or weak, but because your nervous system has been running on high alert for far too long. But here is what no one wants to admit. This exhaustion is not random. It is the direct result of a brain that learned early on that love can disappear without warning, so it stays forever vigilant, scanning for threats that may not even exist. Your mind believes it is protecting you, yet in doing so, it is draining the very life you are trying to protect. This happens because your earliest experiences taught your heart that closeness is beautiful, but also unpredictable. Your brain developed what experts call hyperactivation strategies. It amplifies every small signal of distance into a loud alarm, flooding you with emotions so you will reach out, seek reassurance, and try to fix things before they break. It thinks it is keeping you safe. In reality, it is wearing you down, moment by moment, until even simple joys feel heavy. Now let us walk together through the 8 signs, watching them unfold in the life of Lila, our gentle stick woman who carries the same quiet struggles so many of us know. Picture Lila in the soft glow of her living room at dusk. The first sign appears as she curls up on the couch with her phone resting in her lap. Fear of abandonment washes over her like a wave. She imagines her partner suddenly pulling away, deciding she is too much or not enough, and the thought alone makes her stick-figure shoulders tense. Her eyes search the screen for any sign of connection, while her heart races with the ancient worry that love might vanish without notice. The scene gently shifts to the next morning. The second sign reveals itself in the quiet kitchen where Lila stands by the window. She sends another message, then another, her movements quick and anxious. This constant need for reassurance shows how clingy the pattern makes her feel. She cannot rest until she hears those words that everything is still okay. Each unanswered moment feels like a small abandonment, and the effort to bridge that gap drains a little more of her energy before the day has even truly begun. As midday light fills the room, the third sign unfolds during her quiet lunch break. Lila sits at her small table, fork paused above her plate, replaying every word from last night's conversation in her mind. This overthinking and rumination pulls her deeper into her thoughts. She analyzes tones, pauses, and tiny details until her head feels heavy and her body grows weary from the mental marathon. The stickwoman version of her looks smaller somehow, shoulders rounded under the invisible weight of thoughts that refuse to quiet. The view changes to a sunny afternoon park bench where Lila waits for her partner. The fourth sign emerges sharply when he mentions a casual conversation with a colleague. Heightened sensitivity and jealousy flare inside her. Her hypervigilance turns an innocent smile or a passing comment into a potential threat. She feels the familiar sting, questions everything in silence, and the emotional rawness leaves her feeling exposed and tired, even as she smiles on the outside. Later that same evening, the fifth sign takes shape in her cozy bedroom. Lila agrees to rearrange her own plans once again to support something her partner needs. This people-pleasing behavior sees her setting aside her own rest and desires to keep the harmony alive. She gives and gives because deep down she fears that saying no might create distance. Her stick woman figure moves with gentle care for everyone but herself, and you can almost see the quiet depletion settling into her posture. Night begins to fall, and the sixth sign appears as Lila tries to enjoy a moment alone with her favorite book. Difficulty spending time by herself becomes painfully clear. The silence feels too loud, the empty space too vast. Solitude triggers waves of anxiety because her attachment style has taught her that being without connection means danger is near. She fidgets, puts the book down, and reaches for her phone again, her body showing the strain of a nervous system that cannot settle. As the clock ticks toward midnight, the seventh sign surfaces in a small moment of disagreement that quickly grows in her mind. Intense emotional reactivity rises fast. Tears well up, her stick-woman arms wrap around her knees, and she struggles to calm the storm inside. The feelings surge so strongly that even after the moment passes, she feels completely spent, as if the emotional effort has taken every last reserve she had left. Finally, the eighth sign reveals itself in the early hours, when Lila lies awake in bed. The cumulative emotional and physical exhaustion settles over her like a heavy blanket. Days of hypervigilance, reassurance-seeking, overthinking, and constant emotional labor have left her drained in a way that sleep cannot fully repair. Her eyes are tired, her movements slow, yet her mind still scans for the next possible sign that love might slip away. This is the quiet burnout that so many women carry without naming it. If this story is touching something deep inside you right now, that is excellent. It means your heart is ready to wake up and choose a gentler path. If you want to step out of this exhausting cycle and begin to feel lighter in your relationships and in yourself, start with one simple yet powerful practice. Each time you notice the urge to seek reassurance or spiral into worry, pause gently. Place one hand over your heart and remind yourself with kindness that you are worthy of steady love exactly as you are. Breathe into that truth for just a few moments. Build that inner security, one compassionate pause at a time. You are not alone on this journey, sweet one. Small steps like these can truly begin to heal the exhaustion and open the door to relationships that feel safe and nourishing instead of draining. You deserve that peace, and it is closer than it feels tonight.